talked about it and how there's a time I mentioned how Zayn used Gosu to get more views. He used the name, my name, Basic's name on the title. Let me turn the music off. On the title to get more views. That's what I said. That's true. I said it. But then Zayn responded yesterday or today, I think, about how that's not true. It's Hoon. I mean, that is true that he used it, but I think he meant like he used it because Basic and I asked him to come to join M1 and replace General. And here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. So basically what he said was, Zayn said that Basic and I pressured him to switch to ML from AOV. It's like 8 months ago, so that he can replace General in M1. But this is very misworded, because we did ask him to come join to M1 because we knew ML can offer way more for a streamer than a dying game like AOV. And we believe Zayn will have like no problem catching up to the meta and become strong MM, mid, or side laner to replace me mostly, actually. Because I knew I could not go to M1, as you guys know. To me. Replace me. Mostly. And maybe fill General's spot too. We mentioned it. Because General was skeptical about going to M1. I think he talked about it in the Let Me Tell You About in Genex's video. I think he talked about how he was skeptical about going to M1 in the first place. So we needed a backup that plays every role. And Zayn used to go mid only mid in ML back then. And playing MM, he's playing ADC and AOV also it is required to have like 3 citizens in one team to go to M1. So like Zayn was a perfect fit. And in return, what we can provide is by him joining M1, there's a reason for us to like invite him to Gosu and stay in Gosu to give like more exposure to the ML community that doesn't know who Zayn is, you know? So it's like a win-win trade. But here's the problem. We did not ask him to come replace General. And like, first of all, that's impossible because General is the leader. Replacing him is an absurd. And second, like, why would we replace General with someone that has never touched ML marksmen for so long, that has no idea how the game works in the first place? And there's only 2 months left for M1. There's only 2 months. So here's the thing. We asked him on September 2019, about 8 months ago. So after we talked about it, the conversation about M1, Basic and I and Zayn, he made this community poll about whether he should switch or stay in AOV. And I think that's what Vale was referring as an evidence, how I asked him to join in the first place. So for that post, he made a poll. That's true. And then he I think, yeah, the most of the fan base of his channel was from AOV. So of course, majority of them told him to stay in, and guess what? He did stay in AOV. And ever since then, I had almost zero interaction with him or pressured him to switch, like he mentioned. Like, then here's the thing. You guys see here? This is a M1 US qualifier. This is where the roster is was kind of locked. So we needed an answer before the qualifier. But he said he's gonna stay. So you guys see the date? The ML qualifier is September 28th, 2019, right? And look at this. And the M1 is November 16th, the final. So we needed an answer before September, and M1's gonna be at November. And after a month with no interaction, guess what he did? Look at this. This is when he posts the video about how he's gonna quit the AOV. I think he posts after this, like the day after this. He said, I think I will switch now. He suddenly invited us to the group chat. AOV season reset, I can't even find ranked games. That's how bad it is. And Basic said, LMFO, lit, you know the vibes, but I don't want an ADC. ADC is a marksman. Come to Philippines with me, bro, you won't. It's not my style. You go side, assassin. After a month, declining my our request. I mean, I understand that he's gonna stay. I have no hard feeling. I had no feelings about this at all. I said, "Oh, it's nice to have you back," but our deal is over. Our deal is over. You joining Gosu and get exposure, and you do work for us. It's over. That was over. Oh shit. Shout out to Doggy. Yo, welcome back. Damn. I didn't know he was here. But I don't think he intended to come back to M1. So the roster was for M1 was locked, and he understood he's too late for the M1 too. Then why he came back? Because AOV died, just like he said, and just like we told him, right? And at this point, he had no other choice than moving to ML. Like, we didn't force him. He had no choice. And he just simply wanted to join Gosu to start building his fan base, which was the best move because everyone in NA knew Gosu. So that's what he tried to do. And I totally get it. Like, that's the best move. I would do that too. But I'll explain later. But I still consider him as like a friend, and I knew he could perform well, like as a side laner or assassin in Gosu in the future, right? And he clearly said he doesn't want to play marksman. Like, okay, I get it, I get that. That's why like, if he plays assassin and then if he can come back to us, I think we can have him in Gosu and then have some synergy. Despite the fact that I have zero gain for me in helping him, I still did. I tried to answer all his questions related to the stream and try to play with him and gave him a shout out. I don't know if you guys remember, I gave him a shout out on stream. I said, this is my teammate from AOV, which is a very good player. You need to subscribe. But which I figured out later that he said, I quote, it's a whack shout out. Because I only introduced him during my live stream instead of making community posts. I don't know what he expected. He never asked me what he expected. He just wanted to shout out. So I did it. But he called it a whack shout out. So, all right, cool. But that's not the real point. That's not important. Like, that's a past. I just want to address that I'm not lying about things. So this is not really important for the drama. I kind of wrote this down because it's so many things. Let me see. What's next? And the problem is that Zane. I expected Zane to play assassin or fighter, but this guy decided to play marksman, even though he doesn't want to play marksman, and he wanted to join Gosu again. Of course, Jenner had no reason to accept him because M1 was already locked. And I don't know if there was anything Zane could have brought to the team Gosu when their roles either like literally colliding each other, you know? And it was clear to General why Zane wanted to join Gosu. Of course, it's for fame. I mean, I understand. It's basic understands, because we have a friendship. But Zane and General, they have nothing together in common. And when General sees the intention of Zane, there was no reason for him to accept him, so he rejected. So I don't know how close Zane thing we were back then, but I never promised him anything, especially when he decided to stay in AOV, when we first asked him to join M1 to move. And even if I did promise, I like, even if I promise, bro, I don't think I don't think I don't think you should make the person that helps you feel obligated to help you. And it is a fact that he used Gosu a lot to get more exposure, no matter what people say. It is a fact. Everyone does that, so I don't really mind it. But the problem is that if you use the name Gosu to get more exposure, have some respect. That's why I say it is disrespectful and immature to call General a goon in DM and change his description. Look at this. This is what Zane did. What Zane said to General. And you guys think this brings competition? Is this what you want? Is this competition, guys? Really? Really? And post the community post. Hey, look at the date. Look at the date. It's a day before. It's a day before he made a community post. He sent the DM first, then he made a post. So you guys see? You guys see the irony there? How he wants just the competition. Right next day, when General followed up with no reply, General blocked him. That's it. No reply. Smart for him. And by looking at all this context, guys, you guys already know General and Zane already have a very bad term, because General rejected Zane from joining Gosu, as you can see. And people have been comparing them both because they were in the same server with the same role. Like, you know why. It happens. Like, you saw it. If you go Zane's stream, they are like talking about General before. And if you go General they say, do you know Zane? Zane's the best marksman. They always fight together. So they were in bad terms, even though they never trash talk each other because of the fans. And And by looking at this, you guys know they're not a friend. They're not a friend. Zane's 18, General's 30. And General has this Korean vibe. And like he doesn't really like when the young people disrespect or something like that. So you guys know they're in bad terms, pretty much. And they're not even friends to joke around, and I think joke is to make someone laugh. And if you're directly calling General a goon, and telling him to change the channel description in DM, that is nothing joke, but an actual fight, which General doesn't even find it worth to pick up, because he just blocked it. So, here, thank you for remember. Wanting a competition and wanting an NA to be the stronger region, I absolutely support that idea. And the one that does well doing that is Dave. And there's like a great example like Dave, and he actually chose that road. That's an absurd. That doesn't make any sense. And like, and you saw even before any streamer, such as me or General or any other Gosu member, addresses this issue about his post, community post, his post had lots of comments saying the post was something not right. Even to those who had no context about this situation before I addressed it, they found it already wrong. So I really do not believe what Zane tried to get out of from this community post was just a pure competition, but being salty that Jen's still using the term the best team in NA even if Gosu lost the tourney. I can see it otherwise. And even if creating a competition was his intention, it does not change my mind that like it only brought hate from both streamers' fans, and it is completely wrong way to do it. Did it bring competition? Look at this. All it brought was drama, hate. How is this competition? What are we competing? Like fan fighting? Are we competing in terms of fan fighting? I thought we were talking about ML here. People making dramas over it. It's not a competition anymore. It's just hate. It's increasing hate in the region. Guys, the channel description that General had was up there more than a year. I don't even know. I didn't even know about it. I don't know about you guys. I didn't even know that Jen had the description like that. And I asked General. I asked General, oh, you had the description? And he said he forgot how to edit it. So he just left it like that ever since he wrote it. But Zane somehow used it to create a competition? I don't think so. I don't think so. He just somehow saw that post channel description. Probably someone sent it to him. And he got, what the fuck? Gosu best team? Oh, nah. This school needs to change the channel description. And then fucking got mad, DM'd him. And he was like, oh shit, I shouldn't have DM'd him. Wait, how do I make this up? Oh yeah, let's make a community post and make it like we made a competition. I don't know. I don't know anything other than that. Like, I don't know. But listen, I'm not here to personally attack him. I'm just saying that I'm not lying. I didn't even want to talk about it. All I said was that he was immature. And if he was smart enough to know what that means, he should have done the right thing. Sincerely apologizing. That's it. It's not a big deal. I understand people make mistakes, especially when they're young, because I did too. But I feel like being mature means that admitting your mistake and learn from mistake and prevent from happening it again. This is not even a big deal to begin with, just like many people said. But no matter what your true intention was, if the person getting the message feels disrespected or offended, then it is your job to apologize instead of calling them they are the ones who misunderstood your perfect intention, you know? I think that's the right choice to do. If I were in his position and deep down I realized I fucked up, I made a mistake, I would rather try to fix the problem and admitting my mistake first and take full responsibility of my action. Then I'd rather take the full responsibility than trying to cover it up with another bullshit. I just wish I could stream my gameplay, guys, to entertain you guys. That's it. And I'm so sorry to bother all of you guys who trying to came here for Outlast or Gushin gameplay or Gushin new skin with such unnecessary informations. I do not want to